the most fun games of the year. And this guy, Tyrese Proctor, you came up so big in that game. First of all, how much fun was that game to be a part of? That comeback, you guys were down big in that third quarter.
Yeah, a lot of comeback. It was a lot of fun. Big comeback. You know, we came into the huddles every time out, and we were all confident. We knew we could. You know, our shots went falling first half, and we knew if we just stuck with it, you know, we're going to be right there in the fourth.
I love what Craig told me after the game. He goes, there was no doubt in this group. So for you, why don't you think there was?
I think just the belief we have in one another. We know, you know, the hours we put in behind closed doors, and I think we had a real selfless group out there today, and we just played really well together.
I think, Tyrese, one of the most impressive things about you being a rookie is that a lot of rookies would come in, they'd miss some shots, and then they'd kind of get down on themselves or maybe be afraid to shoot the ball again. That's clearly not you, and that certainly paid off here. Talk to us a little bit about your mentality.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I played in big games my whole career. Being at Duke for 3 years, you know, definitely helped me. And I think just having that confidence, no matter who's on me, just knowing, you know, trying to find advantages, create, you know, reads for guys like Don, DG, Dre, Craig tonight. But just, you know, doing my work, doing all the dirty work, and just playing free.
What has been the messaging from Kenny Atkinson through this time? I mean, I asked him about you pregame, and he goes, he's just a feisty Aussie. He just loves your demeanor.
Yeah, he just wants me to play with confidence. You know, it all starts on the defensive end. You know, that's what all the guys talk to me about, and you know, I know that's what's going to get me on the court more, just playing defense, being a dog on that end, and let my offense and my shots come. All
right, well, the fourth quarter was huge for you guys. It was really where you won the game as we go to our Tim Misney make them pay moment. When you think about that offense in the third quarter, a lot of that was actually fueled by the defense that you guys had, and that's what Kenny wants this team to be built on, is the defensive end. What did you see there in the fourth?
Yeah, for sure. I think we were just all on a string, and we were all connected. You know, everyone says defense wins championships, and I think that's a really big emphasis that I heard from last year to this year that we've been focusing on, and it's just all about communication and the day, being there for your teammate.
Well, one thing that's great about this fourth quarter is we're watching Luke Travers out there, Tomlin make big plays, and these are all guys that you and I talked this morning about role players on this team, how important those few minutes are. What can you say about them?
I mean, they're huge. I mean, we saw it tonight. Quan came in, and I mean, it's just energy. TB came in, Luke came in, like you mentioned, and gives those guys, like I said this morning, time to rest, and when they come back in, we just keep skyrocketing.
How about just the mentality of the bench mob out there? I mean, you guys come in just with so much firepower.
We just have fun. I don't think anyone plays with pressure on them, and we just come in, play free, and you know, just play the right way. You know, just play the game of basketball the right way. We know our shots haven't been falling the last couple of games, but just sticking through it and, you know, taking the right shots. And I think a big thing Kenny was talking about is the possession game. We had the possession game won throughout all the quarters, and if we just stuck with it, kept taking the right shots, I mean, we're going to be there.
Check out these plus minuses. I mean, Craig Porter, a plus 21. Tomlin, plus 20. You, a plus 19. I mean, that's big time.
A little 1 and 2 minutes that we get in there. Gotta keep adding on.
Lastly, Tyrese, a big night, too, for Jared Allen. This is a guy that you're just starting to get to know. He is a gem. He is a treat. What do you like playing with him?
Just got to get adjusted to it again. Playing with a big 7-footer. He's been great. Just the way he rim runs. I think a lot of guys are now starting to see him in transition a lot more, finding him early, and he's just an offensive rebound machine, defensive rebound machine. Well,
Tyrese, such a fun game to watch. Thanks so much for joining us, man. Really appreciate it. All right, coming up, we're going to be speaking with Kenny
I'm worried if he has enough for the court. His spirit is just always like super high, and his energy super high, and man, you know, I just give our front office credit. You know, he's your perfect, I don't know what we want to call him, fourth big. Perfect. He fits perfect with what we want to do. But I agree with Dan. I think he got us going a little bit, and then had good minutes in the second half too.
And then for you, just with this group, what does it mean when Donovan, Darius, Evan, Max, those guys, Jalen not available, and I know Jalen wasn't out there, but those guys are the first ones consistently off the bench celebrating the guys that are in. What does that mean to you?
Man, we, you know, Dan, we got great leadership. Those guys, you know, I shouldn't say that, but they're teams where the guys won't even come out, right, and sit on the bench. Their teams are, you know, the better players stay back in the locker room, and our guys are out there. And I mean, that's the way it should be. You know, that's what a team's about. But that's that's the type of guys we have, and you know, they're like, you know, they're like high school kids out there, you know, cheering, and they're into the game. They're jumping up and down. They're so happy for their teammates. It's great to see.
Coach, you're talking about, you know, the veterans kind of being leaders. I know Lonzo and DeAndre Hunter were kind of tone setters. And speaking on Tyrese, a big guard like Lonzo, DeAndre Hunter has, you know, similar game impact that a guy like Jalen Tyson can have. Dean Wade is someone similar to Luke Travers being, you know, a combo forward. What's it like having, you know, young guys similar to your veterans that can, you know, kind of mimic them?
You know, tonight we needed that length tonight. You know, we needed that size, Luke's size. We needed Naquan's size, because, you know, last night they were just kind of getting in the lane, hitting us, getting separation. But the fact that we had our young guys out there with size, and you know, Tyrese is pretty long too, so you just can't, you know, you just can't bully him. So it actually turned out in our favor defensively to have those long, you know, kind of athletic guys in there defensively.
Finish up with Chris.
Chris?
Hey, Kenny, you guys didn't lead at any point in the first 3 quarters. What does it take to flip a game like that in the fourth?
Chris, it was one of those games where we felt really good about our process, and you know, obviously not all games are like that. So there's just a real positive energy that we're going to turn this thing around. You know, we track a lot of things. You know, we're tracking the possession game, like, oh, we're plus, you know, we got the expected score, like we're in a good place, and we just kept telling them, oh, we're in a great place, we're in a great place, it's going to turn, we're going to start making a few shots, you know, but you know, eventually it turned.
You've talked throughout the course of this season, even going back to training camp, about being hard on Craig for a reason, try and pull something out of him. Is this what you're hoping to see?
This is like the culminate. Me and him had some tough conversations this summer, you know, kind of one-on-one. I kind of, you know, just kind of man-to-man coached the player, and you know, told him the things we needed, and he agreed. We've just kind of had a pact, you know. I need you in here early. We need you in here early. We need you to get your body comp to this kind of marker. Where we just had all these like kind of KPIs we needed to see, because I wasn't satisfied with myself how we developed last year. Like, I felt like I didn't do a good job. And this summer I said, man, we gotta have a different approach. But the credit is all him. He put in the work. He sacrificed a lot. Just awesome to see him have a game like tonight.
Thank you.
You good? All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Safe travels.
Well, let's revisit our FanDuel Play Your Game parlay from pregame. And I get to say it for the first time I've been hosting this postgame show. We hit the parlay because Jared Allen had an absolutely monster game. He finished with 30 and 10, so definitely check off that recording a double-double. And the Cavs did a great job locking down Jaquez Jr. He only had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. And we also picked the Cavs moneyline Cavs to win it. That would be a big winner all around with the parlay. So look, the Cavaliers with a great win here over the Miami Heat. And if you were with us in the pregame show and were taking any of our advice, hopefully you feel good coming out of this game. Coming up, we've got more.